2002.
You guys, we're the pinnacle of anti-MLM with this V-Sport right now.
Hell yeah.
Understand, everyone, the emergency has been called out because...
No, wait for them to join. Wait for them to pop on. It hasn't even posted to Facebook yet.
We've got test results.
All right, it's live.
Test results are in.
It's
Tiny
finally live.
hands.
All right, people should stop already.
Tiny
All right, everyone,
hands.
share this video. Share it to your team group. Share it to your favorite elites. Share it to everybody who hates us because we're about to blow this up.
So, friends, I'm not sure if you're aware of our special guest tonight. Besides Tracy and Caroline and Feisty, we have with us the renowned anti-MLMers, Roberta Blevins from Lula Rich fame, and Savannah Marie from all of the fame. I don't know. She's just super famous. YouTube. She's super famous in the YouTube.
She's the ultimate famous of all the
Yeah,
fame.
okay. And I got my Tuesday tea time.
Oh my god, because it's emergency tea time.
I
Okay.
don't have a fancy. I have this.
I know that we make a lot of jokes, but honestly, today's tea time is very serious. And the reason that we're having an emergency tea time is because we received something we have been waiting quite a long period of time for today, and that is our official...
Don't announce it yet because we got to still wait for people to get on.
That is our official information that we're not going to tell you until more people get on. What is... You're killing me.
I have to share it first.
Is this going to be like
Caroline
one of
is
those
sharing.
Zodiac
Caroline
killer
is sharing.
specials? Where like we wait around forever and then you like tell us at the very end like the one little thing and it's like that's
Caroline is mean and she's making us wait.
Guys, share this video if you want me to spill. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Watch tea time ever. We're never like that. We're like 100 from the beginning to the end. It's like bleh.
Right, that's
If
what
you
I'm
missed
saying.
it,
Like,
you
what is
missed
this like secretiveness?
I mean, Happy New Year and all,
No way.
right?
Happy New Year.
and stuff.
It's crazy. The video I'm editing right now, I literally say in it, like, I'm pretty sure 2022 is going to be the year that paparazzi gets what's getting handed to them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, oh, sorry about my cat. And then this all just plopped into my lap. So, how exciting.
So the reason that this is sort of exciting is because Paparazzi Accessories did not drop new jewelry today. So this is literally...
This is actually why we're doing it, because paparazzi did not drop new jewelry today. That's why we're doing it. So trust me, everyone. You're going to want this. This is
going to affect how you do business in the future.
This is literally for all of the current paparazzi consultants and ex-paparazzi consultants. Make sure to share it to your team pages.
If you are a paparazzi consultant, an ex-consultant, a customer, somebody who thinks it's cute, who thinks $5 jewelry must be a magical miracle from heaven, we have information for you and you're going to want it. And we are not hyping this up for any reason other than this information is vital, and the more people get it, the faster it can be spread to those people that need to have it. Because as much as we have fun and, you know, we poke and prod at that company because we just don't like them anymore, this is actually vital information. And before we share this information, I want to explain to you that today we have brought the question of whether or not we should bring this up to you before a panel of...
Hold, please. Can everybody mute their mics while she's talking? Because somebody said that there's echoing.
It's probably me.
We brought this up to a panel of current Crack the Crown people. We spoke to an attorney who is working on our class action for us. And we've talked to some anti-MLM folks in general, right? Our attorney advised us not to bring this information up because it concerned them that they thought perhaps paparazzi would take this information. They would know that we're going to share with you, and then they would begin to perhaps destroy evidence that they may be holding at their corporate office. But what we have decided is there are so many thousands of pieces of jewelry out in circulation right now that are out of their personal control, that no matter what they do with their records in their office or the pieces of jewelry that they have in their warehouse, the pieces of jewelry that are out in the world are enough to prove the point. There's quite a few people on here now. I feel like we can really just start getting to the point.
Okay, so before she's Can I take 1 second?
Absolutely.
That would be a nice thing. So everybody who's on here, we're gonna get to it. Okay. I see a whole bunch of people on my page just exploding. Here's the deal. We've been tormenting over this a lot. And either way that this was going to pan out, it was going to be bittersweet. And what do I mean by this? If everything panned out where paparazzi, by some fucking a remote chance, was being honest, that at least people were safe and all of the medical issues we have would not be warranted toward paparazzi, right? It's from some other source. We're just all crazy. If these test results came back the way we thought they were going to come back, then although our hunches were right, we now have a serious shitstorm on our hands of toxic bullshit. So either way you look at this was a shitty situation all the way around. So with that being said, we probably have been sick to our stomachs, and here it is. We actually have replays too of the actual results as we opened them in real time this afternoon that Tracy and I were on camera for. And we're going to also play those for you. Are we doing those tonight or tomorrow?
That audio might have to be tomorrow, but let's just sum it up to say that this is the name of the oh, I better turn on the brightness. Sorry, everybody. This is the name of the company that did the testing for us. It's Waypoint Analytical. They are in Memphis, Tennessee. We're going to post the results so that everybody can see them. But basically, we called the lab person in charge of our testing samples. We sent in 10 separate pieces of jewelry. All of them were in original packaging, and we asked them to be tested for 5 separate things. We asked them to test for antimony, arsenic, cadmium, lead, and nickel. Okay? This is destructive testing, so we made sure we had 2 of every piece. So we have 1 piece in original packaging and 1 that we kept for comparison in case it had to be retested. And then we had another piece that was sent in and was destroyed by the testing, because this is chemical testing. The elements were, the pieces that were tested were destroyed. We called this man to make sure, because we are not scientists, that we understood the report and what the numbers that he presented to us for each piece meant. And he explained them to us so we could explain it to you. But what he said in the beginning of the conversation was the most disturbing thing of all. Because Jerry asked him, how long has your lab been open? Since 1973. I said,
we have this all recorded.
We have it recorded. So we'll play it. We'll play it later. Maybe tomorrow.
1972. Because I was born. I remember it was 1972.
Okay. So they've been around for a hot minute. It's a well-respected lab. They have certificates in all the states that are also included in here with references to their license numbers. He said, we're not going to be able to do any more testing for you in the future as far as I can see. And we're like, why? And he said, because the testing levels were so high in some of your jewelry that we had to recalibrate all of our equipment, which is very expensive. And the next time you would have to pay for that. So if that tells you anything before we even start reading the numbers, all I can tell you is that the man was shocked that these were consumer goods that were out in the public circulating for consumer use.
And we already know that they're going to go and say that we mess with the jewelry, that our testing's fake.
We know all that
shit.
We know all that, which is why this testing is very specific. The pieces' names are listed. You can send them yourself and have them tested and compare the results that we got. I would absolutely love it if somebody else confirmed these test results at another independent testing facility. Please do. That is why we were very specific about giving the piece of jewelry, the name, and then we're going to show everybody these testing results. This is not something we're keeping a secret.
We have a complete chain of custody, you guys.
Yeah. They also did the official chain of custody. We have all of that documentation, plus it's officially signed and dated, timed, the whole 9 yards. To include, and we will play the phone call with him so you know we're not lying. I asked him on the phone call, in all the years that they have been doing this testing, and he said since 1972, I personally asked him, have you ever seen numbers like this before? And he said, no, we have never seen numbers this high in a consumer product.
So because everybody loves receipts, I'm going to show you
And I'll post these to the
list.
Bluegrass Bling and
I'm going to read the name off of the list of the pieces that were tested. So paparazzi consultants, you're going to recognize these, okay?
I'm going to watermark.
Paparazzi Colorfully Cosmic Multi Bracelet. Paparazzi Looking Like a Million Blue Necklace. Paparazzi Hue, H-U-E, green earring. Paparazzi A Silver Spell blockbuster necklace. Paparazzi Money on My Mind white ring. Paparazzi #1 Knockout pink bracelet. Paparazzi Camera Chic black bracelet. Paparazzi Treasury Fund white ring. Paparazzi Sugar Coated Sparkle pink bracelet, and Paparazzi Bow Before the Queen white necklace. Here are those items for your screenshot receipts, okay?
And I'm going to post them to all the pages with our watermark on them. And no one may remove the watermark. No one may remove the watermark, period. And what can you give them a little background on Prop 65 and the fact that we've heavily researched all of this and it's all supposed to be under 15?
So one of the points that was made by paparazzi's statement to their consultants in their letter of last week or several, at the end of last year was, we are nickel and lead compliant and we meet the standards of Prop 65 in California, which is one of the most stringent consumer protection laws in the United States of America. Okay. So we looked up the Prop 65 website and it showed what the safe harbor amounts of trace elements that are permitted to be listed in consumer products in order to still be called nickel and lead free or nickel and lead compliant, and also allowed to be sold to the public without warning labels. Because one of the things that Prop 65 requires is that if certain dangerous elements are found in a consumer product, that the consumer has to be warned by labeling that's clear on the product, okay? There's not a single piece of paparazzi jewelry that has been sold to date that has Prop 65 warnings on it, okay? The very first piece of jewelry that was tested, Paparazzi Colorfully Cosmic Multi-Bracelet. Antimony, less than 55.6 parts per million. Cadmium, less than 11 parts per million. Lead, less than 33.3 parts per million. Now, I'm not putting them in order for a reason. Arsenic, 67.2 parts per million. The allowable amount of arsenic in a consumer product is 10 parts per million. Arsenic, 67.2 parts per million. The allowable amount of nickel in a consumer product for refinery dust is less than 0.8, and for a solid is less than 0.4. Lead, 132 parts per million. Here are the results. Screenshot to your heart's content.
Oh, but wait. That one is just minor compared to what we have for you guys.
I want to go through all 10 of them, right? I want to go through all 10 of them.
It gets worse.
One product out of the 10 tested at levels below dangerous. One product.
But it's still above.
It's still above the supposed safe harbor amounts, but it's not in highlighted numbers. Because when you look at this report, when you see the screenshots, you'll see some numbers are in bold, which means that they are dangerously high according to the technician that ran this report. So the Paparazzi Looking Like a Million blue necklace was the only item that tested without any highlighted amounts, okay? One item out of the 10. And it still had the trace amounts in it, but he didn't consider them to be at the toxic level to make them highlighted. So for antimony, it was 61.7, less than 61.7 parts per million. I was trying to see if I had the antimony written down. I don't think I wrote antimony down. Arsenic was less than 61.7 parts per million, but he didn't know how much, just less than 61.7 parts per million. Cadmium was less than 12.3 parts per million. Lead was less than 37 parts per million. And nickel was less than 30.9 parts per million. Now understand that all of these numbers are still above the minimum amounts that they say for the safe harbor in Prop 65, but they weren't so high above it that the man was afraid his computer was broken. Only one piece didn't have dangerously high levels highlighted for us.
One.
The third piece.
That's 90% bad, guys. It's crazy.
The third piece that was presented is paparazzi, hue green earring. Okay? Antimony, less than 56.2 parts per million. Arsenic, less than 56.2 parts per million. Cadmium, 16.9 parts per million. Remember, cadmium is supposed to be less than 4.1 parts per million oral or 0.05 inhaled. So depending on whether it's dust, exactly, those are the earrings, exactly. So depending on whether it's dust or touching your body to be taken in, cadmium 16.9 parts per million, but the allowable amount, the highest level allowed is 4.1 for the safe harbor claim. So that's 4 times the allowable amount. Lead was less than 33.7 parts per million, and nickel was less than 28.1 parts per million. None of these items are allowed to have more than 15 parts per million as a safe harbor amount. So even if you don't memorize what all the different elements are and what the allowable amounts are, they're all less than 15 parts per million or less. Not a single piece of jewelry yet has tested at less than 15 parts per million. The fifth piece is called Paparazzi, a Silver Spell Blockbuster Necklace. Everybody's familiar with the Silver Spell, right? The blockbuster that's constantly available on the website at all times. Antimony, less than 50 parts per million. Arsenic, 62.0 parts per million. Remember, 10 parts per million is the allowable safe harbor. 62.0. Cadmium, less than 10 parts per million. Look at that. Still higher than 4.1, but not a bazillion. Lead, I want to make sure I read this right. 113 parts per million lead. 113. That does not have a decimal point in it. You people see that? That means that this damn necklace is 11.3% straight lead.
Wait a minute. Does that mean it's not lead free? Oh
no.
Okay. Is that
in fact, it's lead full.
lead
full.
Okay.
It's leadlicious.
Okay,
It's lead-tastic even.
Are you sure
I hope you like lead, Jerry.
No, paparazzi would never lie to me, though.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, okay.
Can I get some nickel with that lead?
70.2 parts per million.
No.
A lot higher than 0.8. Nickel, 70.2 parts per million.
There you go, Savannah Marie. There's your nickel.
I feel a little grossed out.
Don't worry. It gets worse. And
before everybody
fine.
loses their, everybody thinks that's bad hair. Paparazzi, money on my mind, white ring.
This is the ring that broke their equipment.
Ooh, get that picture up.
I'm just going to skip right to the good part. Antimony was less than 53.8 parts per million. Arsenic, less than 53.8 parts per million. Cadmium, you ready for this? 799,000 parts per million. It's literally 79.9% cadmium.
How the fuck?
The ring.
Also 41.4 parts per million lead. Let's not forget the lead. Oh, but it's less than 26.9%. Less than 26.9 parts per million nickel.
That's because there was no room for the nickel. There was so much cadmium and lead, there was no more room for the nickel.
There wasn't.
Kidding me?
No, ma'am, I'm not kidding you.
I wish.
Paparazzi #1 knockout pink bracelet.
That's the one that gave me hives all over my arms.
Now, the reason why this one is so especially upsetting is because number one knockout pink bracelet was my number one choice for my black diamond bring back piece. Of course, I didn't get that because I got shit canned from Papa Puke. But that being said, it was my number one choice because I had a matching necklace, which was looking like a million in hot pink, bitches. I was going to have a set for my pink diamond bring back piece, which I'd had confirmed I had gotten. So this little necklace was going to be my bring back piece, and I'd have been poisoning all the people. There it is. It's so pretty. Antimony, less than 50 parts per million. Arsenic, less than 50 parts per million. Here we go, bitches. Cadmium, 23.7 parts per million. Allowable amount under the safe harbor, 4.1 parts per million. 23.7 parts per million. Here we go. Lead, 58.1 parts per million. Lead, 58.1 parts per million. But on the upswing, nickel was less than 25 parts per million.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait. I'm confused. Does this mean that it's not lead and nickel free?
Oh my gosh, Jerry, no.
And
no,
it's not even lead and nickel compliant.
Oh.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I might be a little slow. I'm not, because, I can't believe.
I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I was waiting for that joke. We can't get through one. Can't get through one.
You cannot.
I feel like I need to come up with a word.
Paparazzi Camera Chic Black Bracelet. Here we go.
This is a good one, guys.
Camera Chic Black Bracelet for you screenshot fanatics. Antimony, less than 56.2 parts per million. Arsenic, less than 56.2 parts per million. Cadmium, less than 11.2 parts per million, because they ran out of cadmium in that when they made that ring, right? But here we go, friends. Lead, 1,130 parts per million. A little bit higher than the 15 parts per million allowed. But wait for it. Nickel, 1,900 parts per million. 1,900 parts per million.
So I think paparazzi.
A little bit higher than that 15 parts per million.
I think that they meant to put on their website lead and nickel guaranteed, not lead and nickel free.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like
Okay.
lead and nickel, try it instead
You know
of
how
compliant. I think
tricky-
they spelled try it wrong.
Right. You know how tricky autocorrect can be. Come on now. Give them a break, y'all.
Now
Give
this
them
is a fun one. You're going to enjoy this one. Paparazzi Treasury Fund white ring.
Oh, just wait.
Antimony, less than 50 parts per million. Arsenic, less than 50 parts per million. Cadmium, 819,000 parts per million. That's right, 81.9% cadmium. There it is. It's so pretty. But wait, lead, 95.3 parts per million. And good old nickel, less than 25 parts per million coming in at the back.
Damn.
Now we've got Paparazzi sugar-coated sparkle pink bracelet.
Monica Vaughn, you know, the one that wants us to fall down a flight of stairs and bust our teeth out?
That lady, this was her bring-back piece, correct?
Yes.
This was her bring-back piece. So she brought this back so all the consultants could have a whole nother round of, let's go. There it is. Antimony, less than 50.5 parts per million. Arsenic, less than 50.5 parts per million. Cadmium, 18.7 parts per million. Good old lead, 41.4 parts per million. But poor nickel left out at only less than 25.3 parts per million. There you go. Oh, nope, I went up too far. Sugar-coated sparkle. Sorry, I messed up your screenshot.
Wait, I'm posting them with the watermark.
There it is. Sugar-coated sparkle. There it is. And last, but certainly not least, in our hearts, the EMP exclusive Paparazzi Bow Before the Queen white necklace. We just wanted to make sure we had something out here as an homage to the Queen herself, correct?
Yeah, Mitzi.
Mitzi. Antimony, less than 62.5 parts per million. But arsenic, friends, 83.8 parts per million. Cadmium, 19.4 parts per million. Poor little lead only came in at 37.5 parts per million, but good old nickel brings it home, 128 parts per million. And that, friends, is a summary.
But Mom, it says on the website it's lead and nickel free. And it says on Prop 65 that it goes by milligrams, not parts per million.
And the lab report says parts per million. But we'll also play, for those of you who didn't understand it any more than I did, that milligrams is micrograms, which is the same as parts per million. That is what a microgram is. You are welcome to take this test with our watermarks and have it compared and explained to you by a scientist that you choose. But I will tell you that based on these results, today was the last day that we have a piece of paparazzi jewelry for sale, period. We took it all off of our website. At no cost will we be selling that jewelry anymore, period. I don't know what everybody else will choose to do with it, but I do not feel ethically, now that I have this information, that I can share this jewelry with anyone at any price. We will be contacting the Environmental Protection Agency locally to ask them about safe storage in case of testing and safe disposal in case testing is not necessary, because you can't just throw it in the garbage, friends. It's toxic to the environment. It's toxic to you and your family, but it's also toxic to the environment. The scientist that we talked to said that he did not know whether or not the plastic wrapping that is around the jewelry is sufficient to keep it from leaching out into your personal environment. He suggested that we contact our local health departments and have our homes tested for heavy metal exposure, because it does sit in the air. It gets into your ducts. It blows all over your house. And I'm not saying this to scare anyone. I'm saying this to give you information so that you can make appropriate choices about the volume of jewelry that you've had in your home, what kind of exposure you, your family, your pets have had to it, how long the effects might last for you, might depend on whether or not you've still got it, if it's unwrapped or wrapped, how you're storing it, if you walk into the room, if it's hanging on a pegboard. There are a lot of things to consider, but what I wanted you to have immediately before any of you purchased another piece of this jewelry was information showing that a third-party independent lab that has no dog in this hunt confirmed our worst fears, and that is that this jewelry is made of toxic levels of chemicals and organic compounds, because apparently arsenic is an organic compound, not a metal, that it is not safe to have around you. If your customers are wearing it short term, they're probably not going to have the same sort of exposure issues that you are, who handles it as a consultant on a daily basis and lives with it in a large amount in your environment. But you've got to make your own choices. So we're giving you information, and information is power.
Yeah, and what I did while you guys were sharing all of that is I looked up all the side effects of those heavy metals and organic compounds. So anybody listening, if you have any of these side effects, it might be just that extra nudge for you to go get those blood tests and get tested for heavy metals and toxicity. Cadmium, flu-like symptoms. Haha, it's COVID time. Guess what? Flu-like symptoms, chills, fevers, muscle aches, things like that is cadmium poisoning. Lead poisoning, abdominal pain, irritability. I mean, what was that lady that was like asking us to fall down the stairs? That seemed pretty irritable to me. And neurological changes. So, hey, that's lead poisoning. Arsenic, you're going to get diarrhea, vomiting, cramps, stomach pain, and hair loss. Nickel, you're going to get the rash, redness, bumps, itchiness. And antimony, again, diarrhea, stomach pain, and vomiting. So if you are getting any of those symptoms that you can't find the answer to, and you're like, why am I still sick like this? I would urge you to go get some blood tests and test the toxicity in your blood.
It affects your hormone levels, and there's reproductive side effects with all of those heavy metals as well. I've done a lot of research on the heavy metals. I've talked about it before. I knew that it was serious. I also want to say that this particular lab had never even heard of paparazzi jewelry before. They're not a big fan of it right now, I will tell you that, but they had never even heard about it before. And when we sent them in the jewelry, they were like, what is this? Because they'd never really seen costume jewelry like that before, right? So we had a lot of conversations in regards to what, you know, what we were looking for and the specific reasons why we were looking for it. So anybody who wants to say this isn't reputable, we're going to have all of the pictures there. This was done by Chain of Custody. This is a company that's been around for 49 years. They're certified in all the states. Bring it on. Bring it. Call us a fucking liar now. Call us a fucking liar now, Monica Vaughn, Monica Cox, Erica motherfucking Cole. Call us a fucking liar now.
I'm posting them all, and they all have our watermark on them, so you'll know where you got them from.
Can I ask, the pieces you guys sent in, was there anything special that made you guys decide those particular pieces, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was going to let the bracelet we chose to do. Caroline had a lot of bad rash reactions to it. So we kind of thought that it might contain the nickel at the very least. We did do home testing, which a lot of people wanted to debunk because we're not scientists and that they are not valid. So those pieces we did do home testings on, which they all tested through the roof in their colored swabbing that they did. Furthermore, the Monica Vaughns, who said we were not scientists, did their own home testing and said that we were absolute liars and their testing was negative, which I call bullshit on, by the way. So we did send in the pieces we knew that tested positive with our home testing and pieces that were kind of near and dear to our heart. But we also want to make sure we threw in a blockbuster, an EMP piece, just to make sure people knew that all the way around, paparazzi doesn't think any of their pieces are special. They equally want to poison you in every aspect. They don't give a shit.
Despite the price points, because aren't some of those like $25? It doesn't matter. They're going to throw lead in all of them.
I don't think we did not do any Z pieces this round.
Oh, those are the Z pieces. Gotcha.
You know why we didn't? Because we had to pick pieces that we knew most consultants would have, and every consultant doesn't get Z pieces.
Right.
Because they're expensive. A lot of their customers don't buy them. It's like, you know, it's like throwing a designer bag in the Dollar Tree. Everybody's not going to go for it, right? The pieces that we chose we tried to get a variety of things like stones, the either the solid stones or the beads or the rhinestones. I want to say that almost all of them were the silver metal this round because silver is the most common jewelry color that they produce. We just try to give a wide variety of pieces that are always in the inventory, which is a blockbuster piece, pieces that came out for special occasions, which is the EMP Empower Me Pink special edition. If you only had to attend that special training, you couldn't have access to it piece. And then pieces that rings, necklaces, earrings, and bracelets. We tried to do a variety. We tried to do a balance. We tried to do the ones that were most commonly going to be found in the most consultants' inventories, most likely. And this was just our first round of testing because we paid for it out of pocket, you guys. We paid for it out of pocket.
Monica Vaughn is live and just shared a link to this.
Oh.
Everybody watch out while you're going down the stairs.
Everybody wave.
She's manifesting.
Oh, is she on? Hi, look, my face is okay. I'm okay. I'm still fine, boo. I'm good.
We heard that you quit because of us.
Oh, no. Don't get this twisted. Don't get this twisted.
Monica
I hate those bitches. I hate them. I fucking hate them.
Guarantee it's 100% lead and nickel free because I believe in this product and I would never, ever sell anything I don't believe in. I personally guarantee that those people are full of shit and it is 100% lead and nickel free. Go get it tested, boo.
Oh.
Go put your money in your outfit.
Is disgusting.
Somebody call her Sky Daddy because she's such a good Christian.
I don't wish them dead because that's not Christian-like.
You wouldn't know Christian like
Roberta.
if you got slapped in the face with the Bible.
A-B-C-D-E-F, you and your mom and your sister and your dog.
No, everything but your dog.
Leave
Every-
the
Oh,
dogs out of this.
I'm so sorry.
All dogs go to heaven.
And your job. That's
And
right.
your job.
I
not your-
posted on Feisty Bombshells, Crack the Crown, and Bluegrass Bling the testing results. And any elite that wants to share them, thank you for promoting Crack the Crown.
Get your red hot screenshots here.
I will say this. Obviously, there's
They're
some
all
comments
there,
over
you
here
guys.
saying that this is not the consultant's fault, and I will say that I agree. This is not the consultant's fault. But when a consultant is shown proof and continues to invalidate and deny those people's experiences that are true and are happening to them, that is when they become liable. Sorry.
Thank you,
If you're
Rogan.
going to deny that this is happening, despite everything we've said, everything we've shared, Tracy coming on the show and sharing this in the summer, all the deaths over COVID, now all of this, if you are still saying, but it's my experience, it's a mess because it's changed my life, you're part of the problem. The end, full stop, no. You're part of the problem. You now have the opportunity today to make today the first day of the rest of your fucking life. And you can decide, you know what? Paparazzi's shit. And I'm not going to stand by it at all. At all. That's your choice. Consultants that are still in, that is your choice. And we will 100% support you if you decide to leave and you decide to say, hey, look, this is what's happening. This is my truth. I can corroborate all of this. You guys already saw what happened to LuLaRoe. Y'all saw what happened to Boo too. Common denominator here, folks.
I want to say this. This is not our fault. This is paparazzi's fault. Just because we are educating you and telling you facts versus lies does not make us the problem. The problem is paparazzi, and the problem is we would not shut the fuck up. Like they tried to make everybody else shut up with your threats, with your bullying, with your fake ass fucking lawyer cease and desist bullshit. I'm not shutting the fuck up. I'm sure the next one is right in court. Bring it on. I don't give a fuck because I know I've been sick. I know what you've put me through, and I'm not going to shut up. As a matter of fact, Savannah Marie knows there's more follow-up with another company who wants to shut me the fuck up, and it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give them a mic drop at the end of this?
I can't wait to hear it.
One yet.
I'm
This is
so
not
ready
over.
for everyone to hear it. But it's great. It's some good shit. But also horrible shit at the same time.
It is not the consultant's fault.
That's right. We
It
were
is
lied to for
not
years.
at all.
You guys, I have 100,000 pieces of this crap in my house. Do you think that I was looking forward to finding out that, like, it's ethically not saleable? Unless you're a disgusting human being and you're just like, here, eat this poison. It's not going to hurt you in small bites.
And we'll let you guys know when we find out ourselves because we will not be selling this crap. When we saw this testing, we felt sick. You guys will see on the video, I literally had to go walk off because I had to puke. I felt so disgusted. We have thousands of pieces
But it
in our
isn't.
house.
It is not within my moral code to make money when I know better. I did sell this jewelry for years, but when you know better, you do better. Do I feel absolutely betrayed? 1,000%. Do I feel sick to my stomach? You have absolutely true. I'm not going to say you have no idea because you're probably all sick to your stomach right now. I'm not going to say you have no idea. But the impact to my family, I can't even explain to you what the impact of this has been to my family. It's such a negative way. We started the Recovering Paparazzi Consultants group after the consultants who died from the COVID super spreader event at convention drove some people out of the company because they couldn't believe the company didn't say a word about the people. They couldn't believe the way the event was handled. Other people started leaving when others were telling their horror stories of just how they were treated within the company, how they were pressured to buy, or how people, the high school mean girl crap that everybody was put through, and the Americans with Disabilities Act violations for people who had special needs and just needed, just some compassion weren't shown any. But if you were above all of that and said, you're just a hobbyist, you stay out of all the drama, you didn't get a convention, you're selling this joy and it makes you happy, Stop making excuses. The stuff is toxic. They're not testing it to show that it's suitable for use in America by consumers here. We have high standards according to the government. We're not trying to poison each other. When you know better, you do better. Those of you that are hobbyists and you're mad and angry that we've taken your pleasure away, find a different hobby. Find a different company to work with if you insist on working for another company. Just get this stuff away from you and your family. Is the testing showing that much parts per million because of the limitations of the test protocol showing inaccurate results? Have you all addressed that, or did the testing agency say the numbers were accurate? The testing agency said the numbers were accurate. This is an 18-page report explaining their entire process. And again, we put the specific names of all the paparazzi jewelry on and asked them to use the names of the product besides the test number so that it could be easily identified by people who wanted to have the test run again. If anybody wants to have the test run again, have them run again, please. It would be our pleasure.
And we will be running way more tests. Way more tests.
Carol,
can one of my admins pin the link tree on Crack the Crown, Bluegrass Bling, and Feisty Bombshells, please?
Yes, we have a link tree. How do we get rid of this stuff safely? I want the thousands of pieces out of my house now, but I don't want to sell it. So, Danita, I'm calling the Environmental Protection Agency tomorrow to ask them about how we can safely store it for purposes of litigation and or dispose of what we don't need. Because I doubt we need 50,000 million pieces. But we do need some, right? I'm sure we're going to need some for litigation. So I am going to ask about it, and we will give you the information that we get as soon as we get it. But these test results came to us today, this morning at 11 o'clock, and we had to make sure that we told all the people that needed to know first and that we could be cleared to give this information out. And really, you guys, we were going to wait till tomorrow at tea time, but guess what? Paparazzi Accessories was not open today for new releases. Don't ever give them another dime of your money. Please don't buy any more of their jewelry. It's not safe. And if this doesn't prove it to you, please at least consider the fact that maybe they're not being clear with you, and do the testing yourself if you don't believe our testing. We have I have not worked for Paparazzi Accessories since, I want to say, when did I finally go back and forth to compliance and get absolutely canceled for good? Was it March or April of 2020?
Wait, what?
2019.
When what?
It's been almost 2 years, okay? I've been out for a really long time. I can never come back. I'm a lifetime band consultant with thousands of pieces of this stuff in my house. I have no incentive to blow this company up and completely devalue what I have a house full of trying to sell, which I will never sell again. I literally have completely shot a hole in the bottom of my financial ship because I can't sell this to you now or to anyone now. I have no incentive and nothing at all to gain here. So just consider, please, even if you think we're not telling you the truth, if you think this third-party analysis is incorrect, we listed the names of the pieces. Go get those pieces yourself and pay to have them tested.
Should we do a tour just so they realize?
No, it's not. We're not moving it off here
just
tonight.
I'll just take a picture. And
It's
we'll
just
show
not.
for receipts.
It's not that important. I'm saying.
No, because.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you. I just want people to consider that we really do not have anything to gain by giving this information, but the ability to sleep at night. That's my jewelry. That's about
we have
30% of what I have for sale.
We have 1,300 bins of jewelry, literal thousands of pieces, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry.
And my jewelry wasn't even all up for sale yet. I stopped it at 1,300 active products just so I can manage the bin space. Like, it's not even all up for sale. Some of it's never even been for sale.
All of
the
test results are posted.
They're all posted in the different pages where you're watching this. Go test it yourself. It costs between $60 and $90 per piece to have the testing done. It was not cheap. Go have it tested yourself if you don't believe us. Pick any one of these pieces, just one piece. Spend $100 and go see what the results are and let us know. I would be very, very surprised if it was any different than these are.
We also have somebody else who did the testing with the gun. What's the gun called, guys? XFR.
Something like that, yeah.
Right, that gun?
Mm-hmm.
We had somebody else come forward who did the testing with the gun literally about a week ago, but we were waiting for our official tests to come back. that guy who tested with the gun for her, and we did not release it because we wanted to wait because we knew our testing would be more accurate, literally told her, I don't know where these pieces are, but I highly recommend that they're not near you anymore. This is the worst I've seen. Okay, so now there's two people that we have who were absolutely blown away with the levels that are in this jewelry. The other thing I want to tell you is a lot of people are out there. We don't have all the answers for you. We debated all day what we are going to do with this information and when it would be given out because we have contacted lawyers and they wanted us to sit on it and wait because they wanted to approach the company. Here's the deal. We all agreed, not just the four here, our admin group, we all agreed this was information you needed to make the correct choices with your future above and beyond what lawsuit may come after paparazzi. And this was a choice that we made because it's that serious. If you have your kids
give
in
her
the
any
jewelry,
information.
if you are touching the jewelry daily, if you're eating food around the jewelry, if you're touching your eyes, your nose, your mouth with the jewelry. I've said it before, even though you want to laugh it off and think that I'm fucking crazy, don't do it. I know what it did to me. I know what it's doing to other people. And now we have proof of the levels. So what are you going to do?
I know it's probably really hard to like kind of comprehend a life after paparazzi if you're still in it. It's probably so scary. And I think, I mean, even me and Roberta have never been in paparazzi, but Roberta, she's been in LuLaRoe. I understand, and I know Tracy and Jerry understand better than anyone. It's probably scaring the crap out of you, but now that you have this information, now is the time to really sit and reflect on your values and what is the right thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is a cult. You guys are probably seeing it happen in the comments right now. The cult indoctrination, the language, the cognitive dissonance. It's wild. I'm just watching it happen. It's incredible that people don't see it, but this is 100% a cult. I can vouch for that for sure. And I will say, because I know this name over here has been mentioned a lot, and saying that she's saying certain things, I would definitely tell you that if somebody is saying things that could be incriminating, to get a screenshot. When we got the Attorney General of Washington to look at LuLaRoe, they did serve multiple consultants who had said things like that. So, if you are compliant with the company like that, Lindsay Wheeler of LuLaRoe, she was the one that was like, we got to get away from being a pyramid scheme. FYI, she actually quit LuLaRoe today. Wild. But
Wow.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. She was served by the state of Washington and had to testify. And it's scary. So this cult stuff, you guys, I would just say, do your research, decide what you want to support, and go from there. Lots of us have really good channels. If you don't understand what life like after MLM, I've got a podcast where we talk to survivors. I've talked to Tracy twice now. We're gonna have Jerry on. Savannah, you still need to get on there too. It's a good place. I know. Right? I finally got my scheduler up. I'll send you a link right after this.
Yes.
This is a cult, and it's really scary, and it feels like paparazzi is your everything right now. I get it. I was there 100%. Like everything, I slept, eat, breathed LuLaRoe, and it was scary when I left. And I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do after this? Like, everybody knows me. I'm Roberta, the LuLaRoe lady. Like, what am I going to be? Who are you if you're not Tracy Paparazzi Girl, right? You know what I mean? But it's people are thriving. They're thriving. I actually have someone that's going to be coming on the show soon, who's the work from home mom, and she's going to share all kinds of really wonderful, legitimate work from home businesses that you can do at home. You've got the hustle. I've seen you guys on your lives selling jewelry. Like, you have the hustle. You have it. You don't need to give it to a cult. Give it to yourself. When you sell all those things, don't say thank you, paparazzi. Say thank you, me. Paparazzi didn't sell that shit. You did. Paparazzi didn't hustle. You did. LuLaRoe didn't hustle. I did. So they don't get the credit anymore. cut it. Let it go. Know your worth. Know your self-worth. Self-love, man. You guys are amazing. I've seen it. 99.7% of people fail in MLMs, like, across the board, systemically. It's not you. It's not you. It's them. And you can join MLM after MLM and after MLM to figure that out, or you can learn the easy way right now. It's not you. It's not. And we are here for you. And stop wearing jewelry that makes you sick, guys. You don't need to support the cult anymore. You can leave. There's life outside of the cult.
If you guys don't know these two ladies, they had nothing to do with paparazzi. They were in other MLMs. And I'm going to ask you guys, on the cultish level of MLMs, how culty is paparazzi?
It's towards the top of the
Yeah, it's up there for sure. I mean,
it's pretty bad.
Excusing deaths, denying things, wearing the shirt moist, like, it's gross. All of it, like, all of it, like, everything, like, everything is absolutely intentional. Like, every single thing they do is intentional. If you don't believe it's intentional, you need to take a step back and really look at it from a different pair of glasses, because every single thing in MLM is systemic and intentional.
And how about after convention, all those consultants who passed away, and their happy challenge was to take sidewalk chalk with sunshine and rainbows and push hashtag because of paparazzi to spread their propaganda instead of discussing what happened at convention. And seriously, you guys, don't even get me on that again, because you've seen the video where I go off. If that's not disgusting enough for you, if that did not pull at your morals, because you say they were adults and it was their choice, and it was God's choice for them to pass away, how do you feel about putting this jewelry on your body now and listening to paparazzi tell you it's lead and nickel free? Oh, I'm sorry, they changed their website. It's compliant. How do you feel about that? You think paparazzi is still telling you the truth? Do you think that they still care about you? Do you think that you're number one in their eyes and they care about their consultants? They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit. And you know what? I challenge the founders right now. I challenge the founders to pick up their family and go live in the warehouse. I want you to pick up your fucking family and go live at the warehouse like your warehouse workers do, and what all the consultants do with thousands of pieces of jewelry in very small square footage homes. I want you to pick up your fucking family, Trent and Misty Kirby, Shani, Ryan, go. You have enough money. Why? Or bring all the jewelry into your house and act like you're a fucking consultant. I want you to do that for 1 year and prove us wrong. 1 year.
Hey, Miranda Carr, what exactly does it look like I got beat up? How? I'm curious. You want to call me out? I'm going to call you out too, girl. What about me looks like I got beat up?
Typical bullies. Roberta, that's exactly how they are.
I learned really quickly, when you're on Tea Time, you don't read the comments.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I like to call out their culty bullshit because they're all creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was receiving messages that a certain somebody is live right now and telling people that she's going to mail them a bag of arsenic.
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fucking
Oh,
joke.
I have a video of it. I have a video of
It's
it.
enough. Don't
Literally
give her
every
a
piece of
second
jewelry she
anybody's
sends
time.
is
She
arsenic
not-
in a bag.
Yeah, she's
It's so funny.
she's so irrelevant. Why does anybody even pay attention to anything she has to say?
It's so funny, Monica, that paparazzi's been literally poisoning people and their kids. It's so funny. Sick bitch.
She is a sick bitch.
I wasn't even part of
She's irrelevant
paparazzi. I'm not
to
bitter.
this discussion. Nothing that she
You're in a
says
cult.
negates the scientific results of these facts. She can carry on and throw a fit and throw a tantrum and mock us all she wants. It doesn't change the facts. I didn't care about her opinion when she was in paparazzi, and I sure as hell don't care about her opinion now that she's out.
I mean, she's clearly not a respectable person by any means, based on what I know about her. And
Right.
it's not much.
I mean, so far my face is okay too. So whatever you're praying for my personal disfigurement hasn't happened yet. But I'm rubber and you're glue, and it bounces off me and sticks to you.
She's not rebuking hard enough.
Oh, that's it. She did not rebuke us. Rebuke.
Rebuke!
Y'all,
Holy hell.
I sincerely do not care what any of these desperate people who are losing their paychecks because their consultants under them won't keep feeding them money while they do nothing for work. I don't care what they think of me. I care about the people who are living in small, close quarters and a corner of their house is dedicated to this jewelry because they're trying to make extra money to improve their lives. And all the while they're wasting their cash on something that's poisoning them and whoever they mail it to. That's important to me. I literally just kissed thousands of dollars goodbye because I can't sell it anymore.
So
I don't want to sell it anymore. I don't want anybody else to get their hands on the shit that's in my house. I will figure out how to get rid of it in a way that doesn't harm the environment or people.
right.
And as soon as I figure out how that's to be done, we'll share that information. But we literally just got these test results today. And the most important thing we thought is if we give this information to you, please reconsider purchasing anything else. Please don't spend any more money with paparazzi accessories. Please don't do it.
And
Even if you just wait until you do your own testing, please go do your own testing. Try to prove us wrong. You're not going to prove us wrong, but I hope you prove to yourself that we were giving you accurate information. Just stop buying until you figure out whether we were telling the truth or not. How about that?
And
I'm not saying everybody go quit and throw all your jewelry away. I'm saying stop buying it until you figure out if you're purchasing poison. How about that?
And you guys, when you do quit, and if you are so disgusted like we are and you want to quit, we have a group. It's called the Recovering Paparazzi Consultants. If you're out of paparazzi and happy about it, we have over 20 files in that group. If you join the group and you go to the files section, one of our admins, please pin it. I always say ping. Ping it.
Because we're in
it.
Clubhouse too much.
Clubhouse
Yeah.
too much. We have thousands of posts and information about where to get actual Prop 65 compliant jewelry, how to start your own boutique, how to be an LLC, how to get a trademark done. We have all of that information. We are here for you. We are here to support you.
If you can go on a Facebook Live and sell someone else's products, you can absolutely go on a Facebook Live and sell products you've curated yourself. You don't have to make all the jewelry by hand. There are reputable wholesalers where you can purchase those items and resell them on. It isn't rocket science, I promise you. It's a lot easier to understand than this damn testing report was. We have guides for people. Plus, there's support. There's people there who've done it, who are helping the person up below them. Everybody's reaching out a hand and lifting another person up. There are over 2,100 members in that group helping each other. Even if you don't want to start another business and you just want to, get your mind back to where you're focused on something positive for you and not spending all your money on an MLM. There's people there who just are socially supported. There's people there who are just forming hobby groups and just want to have somebody to talk to and somebody to go out to lunch with in their community. Because guess what? Nobody's in competition with each other anymore. Nobody's making money off of each other anymore. The friendships are genuine. The contacts are genuine. The reach out and offer of help is genuine. It doesn't have a secondary agenda. People are just trying to help each other get over the mistakes that we all made.
Yes.
Mona.
That's correct. And we have a huge community on Clubhouse. Huge.
Oh yeah,
community
we'll be on Clubhouse after this for the after party. We'll have everybody can have an open discussion and talk about it.
Absolutely.
But we're not going to, you guys.
And the test results, we
you're
don't
gonna
need to
ask us-
reread the test results.
You're going to ask us, what should you do with your jewelry? We don't know what you should do with your jewelry. I don't know what I should do with all of my jewelry either. I have a previous house, 1,500 square feet of it. Half of it is jewelry. I'm not going to throw it away. I don't want it in the landfills. That's toxic for the environment. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. We don't have all your answers. All we have is test results. That's all we have.
But we're trying to find them.
And
We're trying.
The test results are posted. You click whoever's live you're watching on, you go to the page, they are all posted. You can reread them, screenshot them, use them for your bank. Whatever the hell you want to do it. share them to the elites.
You want to make
do
it
whatever you want.
You want to make a poster and put it in your front yard? You want to buy a billboard in your neighborhood? Do whatever you want with them. Seriously. They're bought and paid for. Do whatever you want with them. But just understand they're an independent third-party lab. It isn't our home test. I know everybody wanted to make fun of our home testing and say that's not accurate. You could have done anything you wanted with them. You probably rubbed nickels all over it. You probably got a lead pipe and tested it behind the scenes.
You guys, this is serious.
I don't know why.
Serious.
I don't know why. Yes, I do know why, because it's a cult. Nobody wants to believe that the cult leader could possibly have told them a mistruth, because then they have believed in something that's false for all this time and you feel like a fool, right? Nobody wants to believe that the cult leader's a liar. You don't need to drink the Kool-Aid in Jonestown and die for your cause, people. You don't need to throw yourself on a sword or throw yourself off a cliff or poison yourself with arsenic, lead, cadmium, nickel, and antimony. You can actually just quit. It's actually that easy.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Mona Lisa.
Just leave your crap. Nobody owns their MLM business, y'all. You're all contracted.
You're not your own.
You're not even an employee, actually. You're just a free advertiser that they hope sells something sometime, but mostly just buys stuff.
And make sure you don't ever talk bad about the company and you use sidewalk chalk to put hashtag because of paparazzi.
I mean,
Oh.
you know,
I thought they
Savannah
wa-
and I prove this all the time.
Yeah. This is a very regular topic of conversation
very
on my
regular
YouTube channel.
I mean, I feel like I
they're
make a
up to
TikTok about this at least once or twice a
Well,
week.
they're holding everybody up the check that they got from the company that they work for. You don't own your own business if you're getting a paycheck, sugar. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
And you
good
don't
point.
own your own business if you have an upline either.
I sure.
Silly heads.
Anywho, I feel like we have shown everybody the receipts for tonight. I don't want to sit here and read all the comments of all the people telling me all the nonsense about some consultant who's mocking us on another. It doesn't matter to me. She can mock all she wants. It's a free country.
She's not the
It's
first
America,
unbought,
yo.
and she's not going to be the last unbought.
Oh, we're crazy. Guys, let's take a crazy picture since we're so crazy.
Screenshot that, precious. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired.
Let's all do it at the same time. Ready?
We're crazy.
Kiss my butt.
So real quick, Mona Lisa Muau, or whatever, I'm so sorry. Everybody always asks me this. When is Jerry going to tell her full story? I have several times. I know Tracy, but not Jerry, nor have been able to find prior tea times where she discusses it. I have not done a whole tea time of my story because, quite frankly, tea time's not about me. It's about disgusting paparazzi. Number two, I've been away from paparazzi for 8 months. I told my story on top of telling the story about convention that hit almost 10,000 people on my page, plus Savannah Marie also covered it under her. Number three, there is another page called Feisty Inc., FEISTYINC, which was a separate page when I was in paparazzi that has tons of videos about me telling paparazzi to colossally fuck off. With all the information on there, if you look, boo, you can find it. Tea Time's not about me. It's about this disgusting company and their consultants. My story, all you have to do is Google Geraldine Souza. It still says I'm the #1 consultant to paparazzi. I was Empire. I was the highest seller. They can fuck off. There's my story.
Us too, girl. Us too, Juliana.
Well, Jerry,
It's the most
you're
fired up we've
obviously
been
going to
since
come on
Lula
the
Ridge
podcast
dropped.
and tell your whole story too. So, like, it'll be there too.
I can. There's not a lot. I mean,
right.
I was the circus monkey poster child motherfucker for paparazzi, and there you go. Fucking.
If you want to know how people put $50K into this business, go to Savannah Marie's channel and watch the video of us talking about how we're $100,000 in debt. You'll see why.
200,000, right?
Yeah.
And for those of you,
So
that
I just cringe when I think about it.
Right.
So today I was going through my my credit card bills because I'm trying to to charge back for fraud, like everybody's trying to charge back for fraud. And you have to highlight each transaction and write underneath it misrepresentation and fraud. There was a single month that was like $39,000 alone. And I literally almost threw up. I told Jerry's like, what? I'm like, I don't know, Jerry. What was I thinking?
That's bad.
I was thinking I was going to open a store and I was going to have an iconic $5 bling palace.
And the reason why I spent a lot of money a month, for me, spending $30,000 a month was normal. However, I sold over $500,000 a year. I mean, sorry, $1.5 million a year. My bad. Which I have all the documents and the proof. Yes, I was the arsenic peddling queen of paparazzi.
Oh no.
Fucking motherfuckers. Okay.
You didn't know.
Fucking
I know. But see, everybody, people
the
can't call us.
difference was-
People cannot
You
be any
didn't know.
harder on us than we are on ourselves. Nothing anyone says to us even
hurt me.
penetrates our skin at this point because we have eaten ourselves alive with guilt. Okay? We have literally made ourselves physically sick with guilt over participating in this business at all. So nothing anyone says about me is any worse than anything I have said about myself.
Dude.
And I'm trying to give myself a little grace. Because
Correct.
when you know better, you do better. And I say that all the time to other people to make them feel better, but I don't say it enough to myself. When you look around and you're feeling like you've just been the absolute stupidest motherfucking Tracy there ever was.
You forgot the bitch. Motherfucking Tracy bitch.
Yeah.
There you go.
I forget to give myself the same grace that I give other people, which was I didn't know. Now I do. And the decisions I make from this point on. Oh, stop. The decisions
Post that on your page, beach.
the decisions I make from this point on are what matter because now I have different information and I can make better choices.
Related, but also unrelated, but I wanted to share this. Today I did a TikTok video and I broke down if you didn't have a team in certain MLMs, like how much you would have to sell. And I use paparazzi because $5, it's easy, right? So I'm just going to share my math. This is for anybody in paparazzi that doesn't have a team.
Math
Ooh,
is
it's
Nicole
super
is
easy, basic
probably
math.
getting a little
So,
tingly right now. She thinks
number I'm
numbers
using
are sexy.
is $15 an hour, which is $600 a week. $15 an hour at 40 hours a week. That's working at McDonald's, right? Like all the huns are like, go work at McDonald's then. It's the same. It's the same. $15 an hour, $600 a week. Okay. Paparazzi, star consultant, no team, right? So star consultant or lower, no team, no bonus, no nothing. 45% commission, right? So you make $2.25 per piece, right? And that's before taxes, expenses, all that
Supposedly.
stuff. We know that. That's before everything.
Wait a minute. This is the Erica Cole math, just so you guys know, honey boo boo.
Yeah, but still, this is the most
Erica Cole math.
generous possible outcome,
This
right?
is the most generous
The most
possible outcome.
generous possible
So to make
outcome.
$15 an hour, you would have to sell 7 pieces of jewelry in an hour, which seems like not that much if you're having like a party or it's up for a couple days, right? But when you do the math, that's 267 pieces a week
To make minimum wage.
to make $15 an hour before expenses and taxes. 267 pieces a week.
That's the Erica Cole math, boo boo. That's without taking away all of your other charges.
No. Right. But what she's saying is that's the most generous
I
outcome
know.
possible.
That's the whole Erica Cole 225.
That's so many pieces.
Come on now.
That's so many pieces.
Fucking ridiculous. And mind you, yeah, I sold
And
that.
it's not probable that that most consultants are going to do that. Let's be real. It is possible that some consultants blow up because we would sell thousands of pieces on a show,
I sold
but
thousands
that's not
of pieces
probable.
a day. It's not probable. I was the unicorn. I was the highest selling consultant. I was it.
The 1%.
However, take away all of my commissions, all of my overhead, break it down, and how many hours I worked, because you don't know. Those hours, I worked more hours than any other motherfucking consultant did selling that much, right? Y'all, I was making under minimum wage.
You guys, if you don't know how to recover from this, please join the Recovering Paparazzi group.
Yeah,
we're going to be
absolutely.
posting more and more about recovering from paparazzi in there, about starting your own business. I'm 17 and I run my own business. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. I started with $1,000. I started with $1,000 and I mean, make a lot more than that now. So I can help y'all if you need help.
Caroline's like, listen, plus I know technology because I'm a youngin'.
Yes,
I know all about the Instagrams. I know all about the Instagram and the TikToks.
We are here to help you.
We will
Join
help
the
you.
Recovering Paparazzi group as soon as you're officially canceled.
We're not going to do your work for you. We're not going
Correct.
to spend money to pay your rent. I want to make this clear because trust me, you guys are out there. Y'all, you told me you'd help me. I have a bill due. A boo-boo, you got to work. We all got to work. We all got to work. Just saying.
I got a bill due too, boo. It's got American Express.
Okay, we're going to do Clubhouse. So that way we can get out all of our frustrations. We will not have your answers of what you should do with this toxic piece of shit jewelry that you have piled in your house, because I don't know what to do either. But we can answer some other questions for you. And naysayers, please run along over there too. We'd love to hear your opinion about how we're lying. That's so fun. Will you guys be there?
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Heck
gonna
yeah.
probably pass out soon, but well,
It's
I
okay.
had my booster
I appreciate
today,
you both
guys,
being on
so-
tonight. Thank you for coming on because this isn't just information for paparazzi folks. This is, we're trying to help break a big MLM that we can use all the help we can get. So anybody who's a non-paparazzi consultant who's got something to say to help, we're open for it too.
Simply, Annabelle, all you have to do to cancel is to go to email support@paparazziaccessories.com. Just say, this is my consultant ID. I hate you guys. I quit.
No.
And
You don't have to say all
Wait a
that.
second. There's a
Just send an
hack.
email to
Tracy and I
paparazzi
figured
support.
out a hack.
But if you say something on tonight's tea time, like, I hate you, paparazzi sucks, you'll get an email from them and they'll cancel you without you having to do anything.
Easy. That's
So
a life
repeat after me in
hack.
the comments, everyone.
I hate
Paparazzi sucks.
paparazzi.
Wait for it.
Sucks.
Oh my God, where's my microphone?
I'm putting it in the
calls for
comments for
a song.
myself.
We'll sing everybody out.
Jerry, I know. Remember what we talked about earlier?
If you'd like to be canceled from paparazzi, sing along with me. Paparazzi accessories. F you and your mom and your sister and your job. What's the rest of it?
And
Cheap
your broke
ass
ass car and that shit.
Oh, that's right. And your broke ass car and that shit you call jewelry. F you and your friends that I'll never see again. And your Craigslist couch. You can all fuck off.
I can't.
And make sure to comment when you say paparazzi sucks. You can also comment your consultant ID to make it easier for those trolls that want to report you.
But I'm over it now.
He's killing me.
Just try and be nice, but you sent your trolls, and I just have to say, A, B, C, D, E, F, you, paparazzi, and your jewelry, and your Mitzi, and your broke ass, whatever, and all that shit you called personally designed, and F you, and your nickel, and your cadmium, and your antimony, and your nickel, and your lead, and
your
I've all forgotten
arsenic. And your arsenic.
and your $1 million bling bosses, and your 6-figure bitches.
And your iconic bitches.
And your million bags of
soon working at
arsenic.
Starbucks
And
as
as-
baristas.
And as Jerry says, that iconic bitch, Eric.
God.
A, B, C, D, E, F, U.
That was beautiful.
Oh my God, I feel so much better. I feel cleansed. I feel like my aura has been cleansed.
See you tomorrow. You guys go to Clubhouse. You can follow us on there. We're gonna.
Okay, everybody, that's it for tonight. We'll be back for Tuesday tea time tomorrow. This was a special Monday tea time. What do you have to say? We're trying to get out to the clubhouse.
Amber Van Winkle, ever since we quit, you've been a 6-figure earner for the 1 year after we quit.
Okay.
But this year, you did not make it. So you cannot be a 6-figure bitch anymore, bitch.
She can't be a 6-figure bling boss. She cannot be a 6-figure bling boss. Oh no!
I have
Was
no
she
idea
a
who that
Hutch
is.
Rosenbach?
Come, feel free to reach out to Bluegrass Bling since you blocked us. And we can ship you some of this shit if you want it.
You better.
You got the commissions from it anyway.
Better start.
Yeah, really. You ought to
Also
have to
get
get
your
rid of it now. I
Tuesday
feel like
tea
since you
time
sucked up the
tumbler.
10%, you ought to have to do some work now. That's
I
right.
mean, you
Join
could
us.
sell all
Join
your
us for the
paparazzi to the people that still want to buy it.
After this brief
The reps.
messages. So I'm just kidding. We don't have messages. Roberta Blevins, thank you so much. Savannah Marie, thank you so much, as always, for all that you guys do to help us.
Thank you.
Was Tracy. That was Caroline. That's Feisty. We'll be back for tea time on See You Next Tuesday.
Which is tomorrow.
And we're out.
Okay, bye. I love you.
Bye.